Welcome to this presentation on the Welsh SAS pay offer for 2023-24 that is a result of recent negotiations with the Welsh Government. In this presentation, we will cover the backstory to getting to the point of negotiations, the negotiation process itself, the pay offer that is currently being put to members, the referendum that we are holding, and next steps in the event of a yes vote and a no vote. As you can see from the graph, at the outset of the 2023-24 pay year, as a result of SAS doctors' pay not keeping in line with inflation over the last 15 years, we have seen SAS doctor pay in Wales erode by up to 29.6%. Real terms pay cuts have had a massive impact on both colleagues and our patients. As pay has been cut, SAS roles have become less appealing. That has led colleagues to retire early or reduce their hours. It has also meant fewer people choose to move into SAS doctor roles in Wales, whether that's because they're leaving the profession or working in other nations. That's been leading to larger gaps in our workforce here in Wales, which has then been leading to patients here suffering longer wait times and ultimately has meant that conditions have been harder for the SAS doctor to remain. All of this then feeds into the cycle of SAS doctor roles in Wales becoming less appealing and so on. The committee's focus has been to improve SAS doctor pay to break this cycle, to begin attracting and retaining doctors in Wales and ultimately improve SAS doctor working lives and the treatment patients receive. As health is a devolved matter and sits with the Senedd in Wales, the pay award for SAS doctors is determined by the Welsh Government. As part of the enhanced pay offer for the 2022-23 pay year, the Welsh Government agreed to enter into separate medical and dental pay talks for the 2023-24 pay year. Welsh SAS Committee entered these negotiations last summer in good faith alongside junior doctors and consultants. The committee was clear that a pay award was needed that began to address pay erosion and began to value the profession appropriately. Despite the Welsh Government's commitment to full pay restoration, the pay offer was at the time sub-inflationary. For those on the 2008 contract, it was 5%, and for those on the 2021 contract, it was 1.5%. This was the lowest pay offer in the UK for the 2023-24 pay year and was below even the pay review body's pay recommendation. The Welsh Government made clear that this was its final offer. With no further negotiation to be had, it left us with no option other than to ballot for industrial action. In the meantime, the Welsh Government chose to pay the pay offer, despite the negotiations having been unsuccessful. Although the Welsh SAS Committee made the decision to ballot in August of 2023 following the breakdown of negotiations, to ensure we achieved a strong yes vote and met the statutory turnout requirements of 50% of members, several months of on-the-ground engagement took place in the closing months of 2023. Between 22nd of January and 4th of March, we ran a ballot of SAS members. 57.9% of SAS members participated in the ballot, with 94% voting yes to taking strike action. Alongside consultants in Wales, SAS doctors were called to participate in 48 hours of strike action commencing the 16th of April 2024. Junior doctors in Wales voted in favour of strike action in December 2023. What followed was 10 days of full walkouts by junior doctors from January to March this year. With SAS doctors and consultants stepping in to cover for striking colleagues, the estimated cost of the NHS for each day of action was £1.1 million. It was increasingly becoming clear for the Welsh Government that they couldn't afford not to settle the dispute. The sustained pressure from junior doctor strike action and the threat of senior doctors due to take strike action on the 16th of April brought the Welsh Government back to the negotiating table with a significant proposal for the basis of talks. We called off the joint strike action between the consultants and SAS doctors, and the junior doctors also paused plans for future strike action to allow the negotiations to proceed. We therefore re-entered pay negotiations with one pot of money for all three branches of practice, but very clear that we needed 3 separate deals for each branch of practice. On Friday the 7th of June, we announced that 3 pay offers had been reached after challenging negotiations with the Welsh Government. The BMA is now recommending that SAS doctors, consultants and junior doctors all accept these offers. The pay offer from Welsh Government is as follows. Specialty doctors on the 2021 contract will see uplifts of between 7.24% and 9.2%, in addition to the 1.5% already awarded this year. Specialist doctors will see uplifts of between 7.67% and 10.61%, again on top of the 1.5% already awarded. Associate specialists will see an additional 4% uplift, bringing their total to 9% for 2023-24. All uplifts will be backdated to the 1st of January 2024. This is significantly more backdating than on offer in the England SAS deal. A major concern with the 2021 specialty doctor and specialist contracts has been the extension of playing time from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. This raised reasonable concerns from members regarding work-life balance and levels of pay for evening work. We're pleased to say, therefore, that as part of this deal, we have achieved the reversion of playing time to 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. for these contracts, in line with other NHS workers in Wales and in line with the 2008 SAS contracts. It is not possible to say exactly how far this deal goes towards pay restoration, as it offers different amounts to different groups. However, we are clear that all of these offers are above inflation, so they all put us further on our journey towards pay restoration. For some doctors, in-year uplifts are as high as 17.9%, taking into account the awards already announced for 2023-24. On this slide, you can see the proposed pay scales for the 2021 specialty doctor contract. As you can see, for the first 4 pay points, an additional 7.24% is proposed on top of the already paid 1.5% uplift, bringing the total for 2023-24 to 8.85. For the top pay point, a higher uplift of 9.2% is proposed, bringing the total for 2023-24 to 10.24%. There is no uplift to the pay scales of the 2008 specialty doctor contract. We will explain later why we made the decision to pursue an offer on these lines, but one of the biggest reasons was that by concentrating on the 2021 contract pay scale, we could invest more money into it, making it significantly better paid as a result. The advantage of this for doctors on the 2008 contract is that, if they transfer, most will see a significant in-year pay rise as a result. As you can see on this chart, pay rises as high as almost £10,000 are possible by transferring. It's important to remember that all the figures you see on screen are in addition to the 5% pay rise already awarded and already in the pay packets of doctors on the 2008 specialty doctor contract for 2023-24. We thought that this was the best way to offer an increase to 2008 specialty doctors. However, you will see that some do not see this immediate increase, for example on pay points 2, 5 and 11. For doctors on these pay points, this is because with the different pace of pay increases on the 2021 contract, you see a significant increase the year following. Therefore, for doctors on these pay points, we recommend only expressing interest in transfer once you've moved to your next incremental point. Nevertheless, by moving over, we calculate that you will see significant pay increases over the length of your career compared to staying on the 2008 contract. Over the length of the 2008 pay scale, we calculate the advantage of moving to be almost £70,000 if you do move to the 2021 contract. We will talk shortly about other steps made to make sure that this is a realistic option for 2008 specialty doctors. On this slide, you see changes to the 2021 specialist pay scale. The specialist pay scale prior to this offer had fallen below the top of the specialty doctor pay scale as its starting point. Recognising the barriers this creates to taking on the greater responsibility of the specialist grade, we have negotiated an increase of 8.98% to the starting pay point of the specialist pay scale. Including the 1.5% awarded earlier this year, this brings the total uplift for 2023-24 to 10.6%. For the second and third pay points, we have negotiated an increase of 6.08%, bringing the in-year total to 7.67%. Associate specialists are a vital part of the workforce who, whilst diminishing in numbers as these senior doctors retire, nevertheless deserve a pay uplift that keeps their pay in line with the same point on the consultant pay scale as they have historically been. We therefore negotiated an additional 4% for associate specialists to bring the total for 2023-24 to 9%. This was a real challenge to get the Welsh Government to apply further uplift to a closed contract. However, eventually, in this limited example, we were successful in doing so. The uplift equates to an uplift of £4,171 for those on the top pay point of this contract, which all associate specialists should now be on, much higher than the £1,400 uplift in the England offer. We think the best way for 2008 specialty doctors to get the pay rise they want is to transfer the 2021 contract. But we know there is a significant barrier in the way. Plane time is 2 hours later into the evening for the 2021 contract, making it easier and cheaper for an employer to schedule work between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Therefore, we are pleased that Welsh Government agreed to reverse this change and to revert plane time to end at 7 p.m, with work thereafter taking place in premium time for premium rates. This makes the terms the same between the two contracts, removing the biggest downside to transferring. Furthermore, we have ensured that 2008 specialty doctors will have a contractual right to move to the 2021 contract, and back pay will be from the date of expression of interest, ensuring that your employer won't have a say in whether you get to transfer and from which date you can benefit. As in the previous slides, we think the best way for 2008 specialty doctors to get the pay rise they want is to transfer to the 2021 contract. When we started these talks, Welsh Government refused to consider any uplift to the closed contracts. Eventually, in the example of associate specialists, of which there are a small and ever decreasing number, we managed to convince them to do so. However, they remained absolutely clear that they would not do the same for 2008 specialty doctors. We therefore took the choice to invest money in the 2021 specialty doctor contract and pushed the offer for this contract much higher to ensure that almost all 2008 specialty doctors would be able to see significant pay rises by moving to the 2021 contract, much more than the £1,400 offered to 2008 specialty doctors currently in England. As a result, we could get the top pay point of the new contract to £90,000, which is a huge pay rise for all specialty doctors at or nearing 12 years of service in the grade. We think this is the right thing to do. The newer contract has better terms in many regards now that the plain time issue has been dealt with. Although some doctors may have concerns about the pay gateways, we have received no reports of specialty doctors being denied their pay rises and remain of the view that these gateways are little more than a formality that no doctor should be concerned by as long as they are performing well. To be clear, we do not think that there was room to achieve any significant level of uplift for 2008 specialty doctors, and we are clear in the view that the offer for 2021 specialty doctors advantages all 2008 specialty doctors in the long run. If you're in the minority who do not see a pay rise by moving in this incremental point, just wait for the next one, where you will see higher rises that more than outweigh having to remain on your current contract for one more year. One of the biggest issues that we know needed progress was access to the specialist grade. There are still far too specialists in Wales. We've seen associate specialists retire, only not to be replaced, and Wales is falling behind. So we're glad that Welsh Government have agreed to work with us on a mechanism to allow specialty doctors to request transfer to the specialist grade. If they meet the generic capabilities of the grade and can prove a business need, for example that they're already providing care at that level, as so many senior specialty doctors are, then they will automatically progress to the specialist grade with no need for job advertisement and a competitive process. We think this is a huge step forward, restoring the career progression to the SAS grades that we have long wanted. We expect many specialty doctors will be able to provide their abilities and the benefits the regrade will bring without much difficulty. The BMA has long-standing concerns about the effectiveness and independence of the DDRB, the review body responsible for reviewing doctors' pay and recommending annual uplifts. In addition to the reforms secured by our colleagues in the UK Consultants Committee, we have secured the following reforms to the DDRB process in Wales. These reforms ensure the actions of the Welsh Government keep pace with the wider reforms of the DDRB terms of reference enacted by the UK Government. The changes are as follows. Support for all changes to the pay review process agreed as part of the England Consultants Pay Deal in April 2024. Ensuring that any remit letter is neutral and solely to start the process and indicate that Wales wants pay recommendations without reference to affordability. To agree that recommendations of the DDRB are only rejected rarely and due to a compelling reason. To ensure that Welsh Government participate in the review process in a timely manner in accordance with the timelines set out by the DDRB. To promptly implement the recommendations of the DDRB upon publication. In order to achieve this pay offer, we have agreed that if this offer is accepted, we will withdraw the SAS rate card in Wales. We do, however, retain the right to reintroduce the rate card in the event of a future trade dispute and would not hesitate to do so. We have also agreed to develop all Wales extra contractual rates for SAS doctors with a view to being implemented during 2024-25. We hope that we will be able to get some of the BMA rate card rates into this agreement. However, please rest assured that we won't agree to anything that is not in the interests of our members. So, what will happen if SAS members in Wales as a whole vote in favour of the deal? Welsh Government have indicated that back pay and new pay scales will be paid from September or October payroll. This means that you would receive back pay, where eligible, from January until this date. For 2008 specialty doctors, you'd be able to express your interest soon after the deal is approved and receive back pay from that date. We will also work on developing and introducing the guidance regarding the regrading of specialty doctors into specialists in the hope of this pathway becoming open as soon as possible. If members vote against the offer, the pay deal will not be implemented, nor will any other elements of the deal. We truly believe that this is the best deal that can be reached by negotiation. Equally, we are not convinced that if this deal is rejected, it is likely that Welsh Government would agree to any further negotiations. This would leave us in the position of needing to call strike action in order to achieve our aims. We think this would likely have to be sustained in nature. Even then, we do not think it is likely that a future deal would involve as much back pay as this, nor deal with pay in 2023-24. We think this is the best opportunity to reach an improved deal for 2022-23-24 and move forwards with our pay campaign into future years. In the next few weeks, it is quite possible that the pay award for 2024-25 will be published, effectively ending any conversations about 2023-24. For this reason, Welsh SAS Committee are taking the clear view that members should vote in favour of this offer. It is the best deal to be reached by negotiation and the best deal for 2023-24 that is available to us. There are significant improvements to the terms and conditions, as well as large pay rises for many SAS doctors. All SAS doctors are offered improved career-long earnings either on their existing contract or through guaranteed right of transfer. This deal is a significant journey towards pay restoration. On top of the 1.5% or 5%, depending on contract, already awarded, these are significant pay rises offered in a year where inflation ended up at 3.3%. All offers contribute towards pay restoration and so are worthy of your consideration. Now it is time for you to have your say. We are holding a referendum on the pay offer from the 12th of June until the 26th of June. Unlike a ballot for industrial action, the referendum on whether to accept the deal from the Welsh Government is not a statutory ballot. That means that instead you can have your say in an online referendum. The referendum opened on the 12th of June with voting emails being sent to members directly by Civica Election Services, or CES. Only BMA members who are registered as a SAS doctor who are working in the NHS in Wales can participate in the vote. If you aren't yet a member of the BMA, you can join up until the 23rd of June and receive a voting link. To join the BMA, you can scan the QR code on the screen now, or alternatively Google Join BMA. The referendum will close on the 26th of June, after which point we will announce the results and next steps.